How you doing? I'm Rick. Today we're going to make a MFT3 tabletop. After a lot of trial and error, I've found that the only way to do this reliably, efficiently, and accurately is with the Indian Head Woodworks template guide. We're going to use a 30 millimeter guide, 12.7 millimeter or ½ inch router bit, and we're going to take it outside and throw it on the table. I already got one set up here. The first thing you do is clamp it to a piece of MDF, 3/4 inch. It doesn't matter where you clamp it because, as you'll see, this thing is self-centering in the long run. Right now I'm going to drill 1,000,000 holes. To start off, you drill the first two outside holes. Okay, after you get the holes routed, you want to suck them out good with a vacuum, and then we got some 20 millimeter long bench dogs. You want to make sure that the holes fit good. And you're going to learn quickly how sawdust gets in the way of everything. And right now those don't fit so good. So after sucking them out, I'm going to router them again. All right, now you want to check them with your bench dogs, 20 millimeter bench dogs. And they fit perfect. And that little tiny bit of dust that was there a minute ago now is gone, and that'll show you how precisely this Festool stuff is and how a little bit of sawdust can screw everything up. So basically right now you're going to take the template and you're going to release it. Remember, you only drilled 2 holes. You only have 2 points of contact right now. Okay? So now you unclamp it. Last time you're going to need the clamps. First and last time. You unclamp it. You spin your template. And you put a bench dog through the template into the one you're making. And now the thing is self-registering from now on. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut a series of holes, and then you will step it with the long dogs, and this process is going to take about 45 minutes. So I'll see you in 45 minutes. Okay, so I made a first pass in the field, and you'll see that there is little bits of sawdust collected around some of the holes. Some of them you get away with clean and some not. This dust right here is the difference between a 19.98 and a 20 millimeter hole. And that is the difference between your bench dogs fitting or your Festool stuff fitting. So what I do is I vacuum out every hole. Seems kind of redundant because we do have the vacuum on here, but imagine how bad it'd be without it. Vacuum out every hole. and then hit them one more time. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit them, and I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, now that I've gone over them a second time, I'm going to pull my pin, and as you can see now, they fit absolutely perfect. Not a question. Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable how accurate this stuff actually gets. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the pins completely. Oh, and I want to mention, not today, but the other day, I was getting kind of cocky when I was drilling my holes, and I screwed up this one on the template, and I screwed up this one thinking I could drill it with a 20 millimeter drill bit. That's just not true. These come 20 millimeter out of the factory, and those are to register your template. There's also a number of things you can do with these 20 millimeter holes, but what you don't want to do is touch them with another drill bit. Try and use them with another drill bit. It just doesn't work. You need to use these holes with the 30 millimeter guide and the 12.7 millimeter or ½ inch bit. So now we're going to step it over and drill another set of holes. Okay, we've got it stepped over. I got the pins in. They're fitting real tight, real nice. Everything's coming out good. This is an incredible system, really accurate. The dust. Now I understand why Festool has this whole thing with dust. This explains it completely. Whether it's the Capex saw, any of the routers, the dust is not our friend. Okay, now I'm going to start on the third row of holes and the fourth row of holes. It's going to take me a few minutes. I'm going to get them all sucked out, do them twice, and then we'll get back to you in a second. Okay, now we're 4 or 5. We're 5 holes over, and now I don't know why, but this is my favorite part of doing this, is now we get to flip the jig and drill that last row that we used as our alignment guide in the very first place. So, okay, so we're going to pull our pin, and we're going to flip the jig around, and we are going to line up. Doesn't really matter which one you line up, just line one of them up. And now we can drill our last hole where our original alignment pegs were. Okay, so now what we do is we go to each edge and we use the 20 millimeter holes that came drilled into the top of the template, and we put a peg in each corner. And then we're going to take our 2200 and zip that off. Okay, now we've ripped off this first edge. We've turned our jig 90 degrees. We have our pegs set in the outer row of holes, and we're gonna use this as a guide with our 2200 flush bit, and we're gonna zip that off. Okay, now we've gone all the way around the sides, trimmed them all off. This thing's perfectly square to itself. The holes are perfectly aligned. All we gotta do now is put a little bevel on the edge to match the factory. And there it is. It's done. We've just saved ourselves 150 bucks out of a scrap piece of MDF. And now we'll take it over and see how she fits. Follow me. Alright, we'll take these pegs and we'll line up some holes and see what's going on. And there it is. It fits perfect. Exactly the same size. It's within a couple of hundredths of an inch. I think it's going to work out just fine. Thanks for watching.